Hi guys. Okay, I'm talking a little bit quieter because right next to me in the car I have a sleeping child. Okay, so today I want to talk about mummy guilt. Okay, mummy guilt is a massive big thing. When you become a mum for the first time, certainly for me, I was not necessarily prepared to be a mum. I was possibly an unlikely mum. And I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I still don't have a clue what I'm doing. So I just want to address that we all feel the same, okay? As a parent, as a mum, we're all worried that we're not getting it right, that we're messing our children up in some way, that everybody else seems to have it sussed and we don't. Because we've got all these worries in our heads and all this guilt that we carry. And we sometimes just don't know what to do with it, and we're so consumed by all the information that we get from absolutely everywhere that we just think that we're getting it all wrong. So today I want to address that elephant in the room and go, you're not getting it wrong, okay? Unless you're starving your child and battering them, don't do that. That is wrong. The rest, you know what, you're doing just fine. And you know, the certainly what we get fed from all angles of the media, and I'm not media bashing, but you know, we get fed a lot of information. We have so much access to information these days that it's almost too much, because we, you know, in one breath we're saying you should go to work and show a good example. You should stay at home and you should look after your children. You should work from home, but you shouldn't work from home in front of your children. You should teach them to do this. You should teach them to do this. They should have a dummy. They shouldn't have a dummy. They should go to bed at this time. You should let them cry it out. You don't let them cry it out. And we have no clue. And the truth is, we've just got to figure it out our own way, and that's okay. Somebody said to me before I gave birth to Brooke, my oldest, they said, your daughter, well, I didn't know that, your child has never had another mum before, so they don't know what's supposed to be a mum. And it actually made me feel quite comforted. So if you're pregnant now and you're thinking, oh my God, because I was, just know that your child, the baby that you are growing inside of you, has never had another parent before. So whatever you do, they accept as that's the parent's job. So that's okay. That's kind of nice, because we can look after them and mess them up all in our own individual ways. And you know what? You won't get it right 100% of the time. Sometimes you'll mess up. And I actually think it's important to recognise that. And certainly when your child's at an age that they can understand, explain that to them. I remember particularly my dad used to say to me, there isn't a handbook. Sometimes I get this wrong. And he would apologise when he got it wrong. And I think that's a very important lesson to teach our children as well. You know, if I've told, you know, snapped at my daughter, or I've done something and I've told the wrong one off, you know, I will say, Mummy got that wrong and I'm really sorry for that, and this is why, and I shouldn't have done that. And then they appreciate that you can say sorry, and they understand the value of that and being a human being. But I just really want to address this because I feel there's so much pressure on parents and mums to be everything all at once. And I've certainly been somebody, and it'll certainly be on some of my profile stuff, that I would say I'm a seeker of balance. And I think I've learned over the last few years that there's no such thing. There's different things at different times. And that's okay as well. And a friend of mine said to me this week, which was a really good bit of advice. And she said, perhaps it's a case of depending on your personality type, doing one thing all at once at that time. So maybe it's Mummy Mondays or Family Fridays, and in that time you really concentrate on your children and you do all the things that you think you're supposed to do. You know, you do I'm at soft play now, so we're doing soft play. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Okay, so it's go to soft play Tuesday. I don't know. I was trying to think of some clever idea, but it really didn't work. So, you know, maybe you could do that. Maybe you could have that, you know, that period of time where you fully focus on your child, and the rest of the week you just muddle on through. And on that day, you focus on feeling good, so you feel like you've done your bit as a parent and you've done the proper stuff, whatever that is that you think you're supposed to do. And on another day you maybe concentrate on something else, and it's okay. You know, your children need to recognize that as human beings we have to wear lots of hats and we have to be lots of different types of things at different times. And you know, certainly if you were to give your child all your attention all of the time, that wouldn't necessarily be useful either, because you would, you know, teach them, you wouldn't allow them to be their own people and work it out for themselves and explore and all those things. So it's, yeah, this is just a video to say, do you know what? Stop feeling guilty. Sometimes you will get it right and sometimes you will mess up. Apologize when you mess up and start again. And that is simply it. None of us have the right way of doing it, and our children will all be individual, and as people we are individual, and what works for me won't work for you. I can only share my experiences. My experience is that I am intense 1 minute on doing one thing, and then I will do something else, and I muddle on through. And often I'm messy hair, chipped nail varnish, big fat cold sore on my face, and other days I'm not. You know, there's no right or wrong. I muddle on through like everybody else, and it's okay. So if you're just muddling, then, you know, connect with other muddling mums and dads and realise that none of us are getting it right. Even if you see people at the school run and you think, God, they're always there on time and they're always neat and dressed. You know what I do? I'll bool along to the school with a cup of tea in my hand. My hair's a mess. I've managed to get my makeup on though somehow, and everybody's just running into school, and it's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They get there, they're happy. You know, that's what it's about. So no more guilt. No more guilt. I'm telling you off. No more guilt today, okay? And comment if you feel that as well, and let's take the pressure off ourselves. Peace out, everyone.